Everybody makes mistakes, and all of these mistakes have consequences. Some are good, some are bad. Hey, can someone still make a difference even after they have made a big mistake? I learned something today about John Mark. John Mark may have failed twice before he finally realized what discipleship in Jesus Christ is all about. John Mark gives us a good example of the fact that people don't make a difference for Christ when they fall, but when they keep getting up by God's grace. We know John Mark best by his second name, which is Mark, which also identifies the gospel which he probably wrote, using Peter as one of his sources. In the Gospel of Mark, he gives us a subtle glimpse of his own uncertain discipleship on the night Jesus was betrayed. He mentions a young disciple who fled in such fear that he ran out of his clothes. You can read that in Mark 14 verses 51 and 52. Later, when Paul and Barnabas were setting out on their first missionary journey, they chose John Mark as their traveling assistant. And you know what? John Mark quit during that adventure. On the next mission trip, Barnabas wanted to give John Mark another try, but this time Paul refused. The two giants split. After the split, Barnabas helped John Mark grow up in the faith. Later, Paul realized that Mark had become a real asset to the cause of Christ. It took a while, but Mark made a difference. Well, I have a good news for you. You can too. Everybody makes mistakes, and all of these mistakes have consequences. Some are good, some are bad. If and when you decide to follow Jesus, you will find the need to grow through your failures. The journey to maturity, the way to making a difference, takes you right through the middle of your mistakes. Remember John Mark, keep getting up by God's grace. If you want to follow the ups and downs of Mark's journey, you can read it in Acts chapter 12 verse 25, chapters 13 verse 13, Colossians 4 verses 10 to 11, 2 Timothy 4:11, in Philemon 23, and in 1 Peter 5 verse 13.